Hi, I'm Shaina Carson, a museum educator at Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art, and this is a close-looking exercise in your My Museum kit. In this video, we will be exploring number 210, 211 Orange by Mark Rothko. Before we begin talking about this artwork, let's take a moment to let your eye wander all over the canvas. Look carefully from top to bottom and side to side, paying close attention to all the little details you see. Okay, are you ready to talk about the artwork? Did you notice the 3 floating rectangles? The smallest is at the top, the biggest is in the middle, and the bottom one is the middle-sized rectangle. This arrangement of floating rectangles is one Mark Rothko happened upon by accident in early 1949 and continued to use until his death in 1970. Sometimes there were more than 3 rectangles in a painting, but they were always floating against a background of color. And they were always horizontal forms on a vertical canvas. By that, I mean the rectangles were always stretched across a canvas that was taller than it was wide. This style of painting came to be called color field painting, an abstract style that uses large areas of relatively flat colors against a different but related color. Abstract means that artists don't try to show us real things. Instead, they use only shapes, colors, or textures in their artwork. So we viewers have to use our imaginations and emotions to react to the art. Mark Rothko was a huge fan of color. Sometimes he used complementary colors, like orange and blue. Complementary colors are opposite from each other on the color wheel. Sometimes he used analogous colors, like blue and green. Those are the ones next to one another on the color wheel. Sometimes he mixed it up and used a bit of both kind of colors. You have been looking at number 210, 211, orange for a few minutes now. What do you notice about the orange in the painting? Yes, you're right. It's not the same orange in all the rectangles. The tone changes in each shape. None of the rectangles are a flat block of orange. They seem to vibrate with changing color. Finally, the edges of each rectangle are fuzzy, not crisp. The orange tones change between rectangles and within each rectangle. How does this shifting of color and blurring of edges make you feel? Rothko wanted us to feel enveloped within his paintings, like we were inside them. He even recommended that people stand only 18 inches from his paintings so they could shut out everything else in the world and concentrate solely on the artwork. If you were that close to this painting, how do you think you might feel? Do you think your feelings might change as you step farther away and let the world in? Why do you think you might feel different when you see the artwork from farther away? Mark Rothko said that art is a tool of emotional expression. What do you think that means? For Rothko, it meant he wanted to paint the timeless world of emotions that we all experience. Sometimes those emotions are happy, sometimes sad, but often emotions are hard to explain. He felt emotions were part of our everyday experiences, but at the same time, they could be tragic and timeless. Take a moment and remember how you first felt when you looked at this painting a few minutes ago. Did you feel excited or energetic? Did it make you feel anxious or worried? Did you feel happy or cheerful? Or did you feel something entirely different? There is no right or wrong way to feel when you look at number 210, 211 orange. The artist knew that no 2 people would feel the same about his painting because we are all different people with different emotions and experiences. Thank you for watching. Now, please go to the art making video that is related to number 210, 211 orange. Remember to keep in mind what you've learned here as you have fun making some interesting and wonderful art.